Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Easter is just around the corner, and I gotta say, it's one of my favorites. I mean, who doesn't love a holiday where you get to stuff your face with chocolate and pretend a giant rabbit hid them? But here's the thing, folks. Easter is celebrated all over the world, and let me tell you, some countries really know how to get their Easter on. We're talking traditions that'll make you laugh, traditions that'll make you scratch your head, and maybe even a few that'll make you want to book a flight. So buckle up, buttercups, because today we're taking a trip around the globe to explore 10 unique Easter celebrations you won't believe. First stop, Italy. Now you know Italians love a good time, right? Food, wine, yelling Mamma Mia at every opportunity. But when it comes to Easter, they take things to a whole other level. We're talking about a 350-year-old tradition in Florence called Scoppio del Carro, which translates to explosion of the cart. Picture this. A giant, elaborately decorated cart packed to the brim with fireworks. I'm talking enough explosives to make Guy Fieri blush. This bad boy is pulled through the streets by oxen adorned with flowers and ribbons. The whole city comes out for this, folks. Now here's where things get interesting. A dove-shaped rocket, yes, you heard me right, a dove-shaped rocket, is launched from inside the Duomo, the city's famous cathedral. This rocket then soars through the air, cue the dramatic music, and sets the entire cart ablaze in a glorious, ear-splitting spectacle. They say if the explosion goes off without a hitch, it brings good luck for the entire year. Personally, I'd be happy just to keep all my fingers. Next up, we're heading to Greece, the land of ancient gods, delicious gyros, and apparently, some seriously intense Easter traditions. See, Easter is the biggest holiday in Greece, even bigger than Christmas. Now, Greeks don't mess around when it comes to celebrating. At midnight on Holy Saturday, churches all over the country are filled with candlelight for a special ceremony where the holy fire is shared. It's a truly magical sight, folks. But the real fun starts after church. That's when the Greeks break out the red-dyed eggs and get ready to play a little game called Sougrisma. Basically, you take your red egg and crack it against someone else's egg. The person who ends up with the last unbroken egg is considered to be super lucky. And let me tell you, things can get pretty competitive. We're talking trash talking, strategic egg cracking, the whole 9 yards. It's like the Super Bowl of egg cracking. All right, from the sunny shores of Greece, we're heading north to Norway, where things take a slightly more murderous turn. You see, Norwegians have this quirky little tradition called påskekrim, which translates to Easter crime. I know what you're thinking. Are you telling me these people celebrate the resurrection of Jesus by reading about murder? And you know what? You're absolutely right. During Easter week, Norwegians go nuts for anything crime-related. We're talking crime novels, crime shows, crime podcasts. You name it, they're consuming it. Bookstores even release special Easter crime novels just for the occasion. It's like Halloween for mystery lovers. But instead of dressing up in costumes, they curl up by the fireplace with a good murder mystery and a side of chocolate. Hey, whatever floats your boat, Norway. All right, next up is Poland. And let me tell you, things are about to get wet and wild. See, in Poland, Easter Monday isn't just any ordinary Monday. Oh no, it's Smygus Dingus, or as the locals call it, Wet Monday. And the name says it all, folks. On Wet Monday, people all over Poland engage in a massive nationwide water fight. I'm talking buckets, water guns, hoses. If it holds water, it's fair game. Now, legend has it that this tradition started way back in the Middle Ages as a way to celebrate the coming of spring and cleanse yourself of winter's bad vibes. But let's be real, it's basically just a good excuse to soak your friends and neighbors. Just imagine the water balloon fights. From the water wars of Poland, we're jetting off to the beautiful island of Bermuda, where Easter is celebrated with a little more grace and a lot more altitude. That's right, folks. We're talking about kite flying. On Good Friday in Bermuda, the skies are filled with hundreds of colorful homemade kites, all soaring high above the turquoise waters. It's a sight that'll take your breath away. Now, these aren't your average kites, folks. We're talking intricate designs, long flowing tails, and serious craftsmanship. Families spend weeks, sometimes even months, creating the perfect kite for the big day. And the best part? It's not just about the kites. People gather on the beaches, have picnics, enjoy traditional Bermudian food like codfish cakes, and just soak up the good vibes. It's a truly joyous and uplifting way to celebrate Easter. Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to take a sharp turn into Spooky Town. Next up is Sweden, where Easter gets a little witchy. You see, in Sweden, kids dress up as påskäringar, which are basically Easter witches. They wear long skirts, colorful headscarves, and paint their faces to look all spooky. Then they grab their broomsticks, because what's a witch without a broomstick? And go door to door, just like trick-or-treaters on Halloween. But instead of asking for candy, these little witches exchange hand-drawn cards and paintings for treats. It's like a cross between Halloween and Valentine's Day, with a dash of artistic flair thrown in for good measure. Now, the legend behind this tradition is a little creepy. They say that witches used to fly to a place called Blackhula to meet the devil on Maundy Thursday. So basically, it's like the Swedish version of a witch's Sabbath. But don't worry, these days it's all in good fun. From witches and broomsticks, we're traveling to Ethiopia, where Easter takes on a more spiritual and, dare I say, disciplined approach. You see, in Ethiopia, Easter, or Fasika as they call it, is a really big deal. We're talking a 55-day fast leading up to the big day. That's right, folks, 55 days of no meat, no dairy, no fun. Can you imagine giving up pizza for that long? I don't even want to think about it. But the sacrifice is worth it because on Easter Sunday, Ethiopians break their fast with a huge feast that'll make your mouth water. We're talking doro wat, a spicy chicken stew that's basically the national dish of Ethiopia. Injera, a spongy flatbread that's perfect for sopping up all the delicious sauces. And enough food to feed a small army. And of course, no Ethiopian celebration would be complete without music, dancing, and colorful traditional clothing. It's a truly joyous and vibrant celebration of faith and culture. Next up, we're heading to Spain, the land of flamenco, dancing, bullfighting, and some seriously intense Easter celebrations. Now, when it comes to Easter, Spain doesn't do things halfway. They go all out, especially during Semana Santa, or Holy Week. And the highlight of Semana Santa is the processions. Now, I'm not talking about your average parade here, folks. These processions are something else entirely. Imagine thousands of people dressed in elaborate robes, often with tall, pointed hoods covering their faces. It's a sight that's both awe-inspiring and a little bit creepy, if you ask me. And then there are the floats. These massive, intricately decorated platforms depict scenes from the Passion of Christ. And let me tell you, they're incredibly lifelike. Some of them are so heavy, they need dozens, sometimes even hundreds of people to carry them through the streets. The whole atmosphere is incredibly solemn and moving, with the sound of mournful music and the smell of incense filling the air. It's definitely an experience you won't soon forget. Okay, folks, buckle up because our next stop is the Czech Republic, where Easter Monday takes a turn for the interesting. You see, in the Czech Republic, they have this unique little tradition called pomlázka, which involves men gently whipping women with willow branches. Now, before you go calling the authorities, let me explain. It's not meant to be harmful. It's all in good fun. The men actually weave these special whips out of willow branches and decorate them with ribbons. And the whipping is supposed to bring good health and beauty to the women for the coming year. Of course, the women don't just stand there and take it. They usually offer the men painted eggs, shots of plum brandy, or maybe a swift kick in the shins if they get a little too carried away with the whipping. Hey, a little pain for a year's worth of good health, right? And finally, we're wrapping up our Easter adventure down under in Australia. Now, you might be thinking, Australia? What could they possibly do that's different? Well, hold on to your hats, folks, because in Australia, the Easter Bunny has some serious competition. That's right. Down under, it's all about the Easter Bilby. Now, for those of you who don't know, a Bilby is a cute little marsupial native to Australia, kind of like a cross between a rabbit and a kangaroo. And for the past few decades, Australians have been pushing the Easter Bilby as an alternative to the traditional Easter Bunny. Why, you ask? Well, for one thing, Bilbies are endangered, and promoting them at Easter helps raise awareness about conservation efforts. Plus, let's be real, they're adorable. I mean, who wouldn't want a chocolate Bilby instead of a boring old bunny? So this Easter, if you're looking for a way to switch things up, why not hop on the Easter Bilby bandwagon? It's a fun, unique, and eco-conscious way to celebrate the holiday. And there you have it, 10 incredible ways Easter is celebrated around the world. From exploding carts in Italy to witchy costumes in Sweden, it's amazing to see how different cultures put their own spin on this beloved holiday. Personally, I'm a big fan of the Greek egg-cracking tradition. Seems like a good excuse to eat more eggs, and who doesn't love a good competition? But enough about me. What about you? Which Easter tradition was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on more amazing cultural journeys. Until next time, happy Easter, and see you soon.